Hello, what's up everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka ReviewKingMB, and I am continuing my Kevin Smith movie review watching with Zack and Miri Make a Porno. This is a 2008 comedy film that was, of course, written and directed by Kevin Smith, and the plot of this movie is we see Seth Rogen playing Zack, and his best friend, Miri, played by Elizabeth Banks, and the two of them, they've been friends forever. They're roommates, and it's actually coming up on their 10-year high school reunion. They're not really proud of themselves as far as where they are in their lives, and they're not doing financially the greatest. I mean, they're behind on all their bills, their rent. They're desperate. They need money. So Zack gets the bright idea to say, hey, let's do a fucking porno. Why not? We can make a bunch of money off of it. It's quick and easy. And so that's what this movie is about. The two of them mustering up the courage and the money to make a porno. Now, what I thought of this movie was, this isn't the first time that I've seen this movie. I've seen this movie a couple times. I remember the very first time I saw it was in the theater with my best friend at the time, who was a girl. So seeing this particular movie with this particular story was very interesting, to say the least. But I remember really enjoying it. And honestly, at that time, I didn't really know that it was a Kevin Smith movie. There's only a couple things that make you really know. If you already know, then it's obvious. But this is one of his more different movies. Like maybe Chasing Amy, or especially Jersey Girl. Like those are really different, really out of the box for him. But this as well. Let me first talk about Seth Rogen as Zack, because this is very much a Seth Rogen movie. Seth Rogen has his style, his brand of comedy that for me works. And I feel like he probably came into this project, and sure, Kevin Smith wrote the script and he's directing it, and sure, I'm sure he has last editing ideas and how this movie should come together. But Seth Rogen, he knows his stuff. Even back here, before he was really, really famous, he knew the type of improv that he wanted to do. He knew how to put his own spin into the dialogue, I'm sure. So a lot of this does feel like your typical Seth Rogen or even Judd Apatow type movies, where they were improving a lot, where it did have that type of humor. The scenes like when Seth Rogen and Craig Robinson, for example, are going back and forth, like all of that makes me laugh because it's that type of comedy. It's very different from the Kevin Smith comedy style brand, which is hit or miss for me. It is. So I think as far as Kevin Smith comedies, this made me laugh more than they usually do. I do like Seth Rogen's chemistry and his relationship with Elizabeth Banks, how they start off as friends, you buy them as friends, I like them as friends. I enjoy seeing them go to the 10-year high school reunion because, holy fuck, now that I think about it, my 10-year high school reunion is coming up, at least I think next year or so. So it's like, is this what it's going to be like when you're going back and you're seeing how successful all the people are, or going to see your old high school crush and how you're going to react to all of that? It's not a huge part of the movie, but it is there. And I did like the fact that Elizabeth Banks, for example, wasn't afraid to make herself look dumb or look goofy or silly or desperate or any. Like, she's willing to get in there. She's an attractive woman. She's very good looking, but she's not afraid to get in there with the jokes, get in there with the really raunchy jokes too. So I like that. Like the scene where she goes up to Brandon Routh, a guy who she used to like in high school, and how she's sort of throwing herself at him, not realizing that he's gay, and his boyfriend, played by Justin Long, who you could tell the scene with Justin Long and Seth Rogen just going back and forth over the movie titles, the gay porno movie titles that Justin Long has been doing. Justin Long, say what you want to say about him. I know some of my friends don't like him, but I do like him. I do find him funny, especially when he's playing such a weird character like this, almost in a cameo, but he comes in, he doesn't overdo it, he just makes me laugh, and then it's over, it's done. Some of the other characters. I mentioned Craig Robinson, of course, who I very much like it here. He gets some jokes where it is about, like, oh, I'm black and they're white and stuff. And usually I would complain about that, like I complain about Chris Rock doing it. But the difference with Craig Robinson is that there's something about his delivery. He's very serious. You know, like, there's something about his delivery with these types of jokes that make me laugh. I was laughing pretty hard with the jokes. We have the Indian guy from 40-Year-Old Virgin. I'm sure people remember him in that. Jason Mewes. It would not be a Kevin Smith movie or a proper Kevin Smith movie without Jason Mewes in this. Luckily, he's not playing Jay, which could have gone just... I just couldn't imagine Jay, the character, being in this movie. But Jason Mewes, I didn't mind. In fact, he made me laugh a few times. I enjoyed him. I saw a little bit too much of him, to be honest. Like, just everything. Dick and balls and, yeah, everything. You see it. But, again, I found him entertaining. Jeff Anderson, who plays Randall in the Clerks movies, I know I didn't love him in Clerks 2, but I enjoyed him here. He's here. He has some jokes and some one-liners when he has to, but he's not, again, he's not overdoing it. It's not like full asshole mode like it was the last time I saw him. I liked him. He gets recruited because when Zack and Miri try to make their porno, they have to hire people. They hire Jeff Anderson as the camera guy. They hire Jason Mewes as an actor to be in it. For female actors, we get real-life porn stars, Tracy Lords and Katie Morgan. But when I watch them in the movie, I mean, I can believe that they do porn, especially Katie Morgan, because she's so out there. Actually, you know what? Maybe I have seen Katie Morgan in some stuff, now that I think about it. But she's hot. I'm not going to say whether she's a great actress, but she's hot. She's willing to get naked, which is kind of what you need. You have to almost hire porno stars for this. I mean, look, when you say this title to somebody who hasn't seen it, it might be like, whoa, I'm not watching that. It might just sound like a real, actual porno. And this movie, I think, does a decent job skirting the lines between a regular funny comedy and going for the sort of porno feel. I mean, they don't shy away from that aspect of the movie. It's not like they're using that as a gimmick and then not doing anything with it. They do a lot of things with the porno aspect of it. And, of course, it also would not be a Kevin Smith movie if there wasn't some Star Wars references, like when their initial concept is to do a Star Wars parody, porn parody. And I know Kevin Smith is a big fan of Star Wars, but I can't imagine that he was so game for doing a porno parody of Star Wars, especially having it in that script where Luke and Leia were going to bone. But, oh well, it's a parody, so why not? Now, that's where you get into the aspect of the movie where it does kind of turn into a romantic comedy of sorts. Not traditional, but it is there where Seth Rogen, he's not comfortable with seeing Elizabeth Banks having sex with anybody else. She, too, gets jealous of it, and that's where the two of them realize that they have feelings for each other. That might sound like rolling of the eyes. That might sound like, oh, God, here we go. But to be honest, I like them two so much. I even like their chemistry. Like, I actually wanted to see them get together. To when we got to that point in the movie, I was okay with it. I really was. This movie made me laugh out loud a whole bunch of times. Still, after seeing it a few times, I mean, I enjoyed this movie. I do. So, guys, let me know in the comments below if you two have seen Zack and Miri make a porno. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you think it's weird? Because it's kind of a porno. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later!